Hello everybody, this is Mackerel Phones. Today I am playing A Date in the Park. This is a old school style point and click adventure game. I don't know much else about it. I believe that it takes place in Portugal though, and I will give you a word of warning. I don't speak a word of Portuguese, so my pronunciations may be painful for those of you who know better. Let's begin. Well, this is it. Tapada das Necesidades. I can't believe I've only been in Lisbon for a week, and already I've met the most beautiful woman in the city. Catarina is her name. I met her in a bar last night and we talked for hours. She was absolutely enchanting. The last thing she said as she hopped into the taxi was, "Meet me tomorrow at the Tapada das Necesidades by the duck pond at 12 p.m. And well, here I am. I'm on time, so hopefully she's in there somewhere. Left click on something to interact with it, and right click to look at it. Make sense? Once again, makes sense. Do note that most backgrounds scroll, so be sure to look around. Can do. Use the telephone pole, or street lamp. What am I saying? Wait, lamp? That's not a lamp at all, it's clearly a sign. Oh wait, no, it is a lamp. In any case, I was wrong twice in a row. Climbing the pole seems rather unnecessary. Good point. The signs are all in Portuguese, but I assume they're saying something about parking or traffic. Lisbon is a great city for walking around in. I don't think I'll even need to buy a car. Really? Huh. I personally have never heard anything good about Portugal, so I'm glad you're enjoying it though. Hello? Portuguese. English? Now. Oh, it will cost us €3. Euros. €3? I think I need to give him €3 to enter the park. Well, do we have €3? We have a handkerchief, a Polaroid, and our wallet. Can we... It's ridiculous. Well, I figured. I just kind of wondering what it was, you know. How do I deselect it? There we go. Okay, let's give the €3 to the man at the window. That's a pretty reasonable price for meeting a beautiful woman. Here's the entrance fee. Thank you. Oh, thanks. He's given me a map of the park. You know, it seems a little foolish, I think, to be living in Lisbon, but not know the language, anyway. Judging by the quality of this map, I don't think the park authority here has a very big budget. Pretty big place, though. There seems to be a couple of ponds. I've seen much bigger parks. Of course, Portugal is a little smaller than where I'm living now. Anything in here? No. Door is locked, but I don't think I need to go in here. The park stretches off in two directions. I can instantly see why Catarina loves this place so much. It's beautiful. The sun is shining, the birds are singing, and I've got a date to meet. I've never been what you'd call lucky in love. I left behind a string of failed relationships back in London. I guess I've just never met somebody who truly clicked with me. I know it's way too early to say, but I've a feeling that Catarina really does seem different from the others. I mean, I'd only just met her and there we were, discussing our most private of thoughts with each other. Is it normal to open up so quickly to someone? I just felt so comfortable. I'd never discussed the death of my parents last year with anyone until last night. It just seemed natural, and she oozed genuine compassion. I deserve a break. That's what she said to me over and over again, with a very reassuring flash of her beautiful smile. I just can't wait to see her again. Anyway, focus. Let's find this duck pond. Okay. Look at the pretty little fountain. The fountain is spurting away pleasantly. I agree. Parks are nice places. Oh, there's a donation box. It's got a coin slot on the top, so I guess it's a donation box. Well, can we donate anything? I mean, might as well. The park needs some money. I've already paid €3 at the gate. I don't want this place to bankrupt me. That's a good point. We have already paid. I guess it's just for the rich people. So, where are we? We're here. Well, there are a number of ponds it could be. So, let's look at the pond over here. The issue is, at any given point, I don't know what direction we're facing. Where does the other route lead? To the left I can see some sort of pond, and the park stretches further to the north. Okay, so north is this way. We're facing north. Well, let's go look at that pond. Nice. Wait, is he wearing sandals? Yeah, well, he might be. Is this a duck pond? Quack, quack. Well, that confirms it. It's a duck pond, all right. Wonder where she is. I think she even said something about a bench beside the pond. Or am I making that up? My memory's hazy. Maybe there's another pond on the map to the north. I'll check that one out. The duckling seems to be having some trouble getting over the curb of the pond. I guess I'll go help the duckling. I'm pretty sure it's a myth about birds not raising their young if you touch them. In you go, buddy. And off they go. Hopefully that gives me some good karma, reuniting mother and child. Oh, I can hope. I have to say, this is one of the very few contemporary pixel art games I've seen that actually looks like it could be from, from the 90s. I prefer to stay on my feet. Perhaps I should take a look around the park, see if I misunderstood her meeting point. Yeah, it looks like one of those old FMV games. You don't see that aesthetic very often. Here, though, I like it. Perhaps because he isn't actually doing any terrible acting for us to see. That sure is a structure. The statue's old and crumbly. Nothing of interest here. It's some sort of emergency exit gate, which is amusing in that it's secured with a multitude of heavy-duty padlocks. That is ironic. Can we look at it, actually? Perhaps there's something important on the padlocks. You never know with padlocks. I mean, they're one kind of lock. They're digital locks, chain locks. Yes, and padlocks. Beyond it is a tiny staircase which spirals down the outer wall of the park. It's probably a 20-meter drop down to the bottom. Lisbon is one hilly city. I wouldn't know, never been to Lisbon myself. I can't honestly say I'm particularly interested in going to Lisbon either. I don't have anything against Lisbon. Wonder what brought this fella to Lisbon. Oh, another junction. The sound of the birds chirping away in the trees is very peaceful. I'm loving this place. Okay. It's an old-fashioned public phone. Whoa, we don't have anyone to call, do we? Do we know the girl's number? It's dead. I guess you have to insert some coins. No, we don't have anyone to call anyway. I spent a lot of my own youth exploring parks. I remember there was this one massive park where I found this closed trail along the side of the cliff, filled with posts so that you could trip over it and fall off the cliff and die. It was pretty interesting. I still remember going down to this island on a river and opening the old rusty gate to get to that trail. A very grand plant pot. It is pretty grand. Here's a charming little secluded area here. I think I can see water up ahead. Oh, good. This is a lovely spot for a bit of lunch. I should have brought some drinks and nibbles. He calls food nibbles? Well, we all have our quirks. Ah, a human life form. I was beginning to wonder if I was alone in this place. Catarina's not here either, though. And I can't see any ducks. I guess she meant the other one. Gardener with his gardening bag. Their bag probably has hose and, spades. Whatever gardeners use. I haven't gardened since I was a little kid, helping Grandma in the lawn. Grabbing those onions. Hi there. I'm looking for my friend. I wonder if you might have seen her. Ah, I think that means no English. I'm afraid my Portuguese is nothing to write home about either. I'm afraid I don't understand, but thank you for your time. He seems distracted by something in the bushes. I really do need to start learning Portuguese. The phrase book will arrive in a couple of days. I ordered one online. It can't come soon enough, really. I'm just thankful Catarina speaks perfect English. It's strange living in a country where you don't even speak the language. Strange. It just doesn't feel like you're truly there. Who knows what sorts of hilarious conversations I could be having right now with this gardener, if only I could pull a finger and get learning. Pull a finger and get learning? What the heck are you talking about? Well, if it's not this pond, maybe it was the other pond. Actually, how many ponds are there? So there's this pond. Okay, so there's still 2 other ponds. I wish you would have been a bit more specific. There's something kind of eerie about all the ambient noise. Or maybe it's sort of calming. Or maybe it's a little bit of both. What an impressive domed building. Wonder what it's for. In my experience, I've often found that eeriness and calming can be more similar than you may expect. It's an odd building. There's some sort of bust figure across the way. Maybe it used to be a greenhouse or something. There's a bust over there. I think it's of a female goddess or something. It's too shadowy to make out any features. I'm impressed you could make that much out, man. Well, wonder what brought him to Lisbon. Did he come here for work? Did he just have a long-standing passion for Portugal? nice spot for some wine and cheese. I mean, Portugal has played an important part at different periods of world history, you know. What is that? Birds? More benches. I wonder if the benches are symbolic of something. Wait, that's supposed to be pigeons? Whoa, it's a pigeon feeding frenzy. Weird. Whilst these pigeons do look slightly less manky than the ones back in London, I still have no intention of touching them. Yeah, would you touch them if you had a handkerchief between them and your hand? I don't want to mess around with those gross pigeons. They might eat me next. Pigeons do not just eat people. You should know that. I mean, you grew up in a city. The wall's rather fancy. Must be quite old as well. Well, I guess he's from London. Wish I'd known that when I first began doing his voice. Well, I'll just scare the pigeons off. Never mind, they're the world's... Well, I don't know, I've seen some pretty bold pigeons over the years. Pigeons have adapted better than just about any other animal to life in human cities. There's a building up ahead. In most cases, humans sort of reduce land into a toxic wasteland. But pigeons have managed to thrive in human cities. I wonder what they did before. Missing a head. It's a statue of some sort of Roman god. He's missing his head, though. I don't want to go around sticking my hands up random dirty old pipes. That is a good point. What? Is this one complete? It looks like it might be from here. Yeah, this one is a complete... What is that? I can't quite tell even what the gender of it is. It's a statue of some sort of Roman or Greek god holding a swath of bandages. It's a pipe. Probably funnels water into the pool in front of the statue. Can't see anything inside it. Yeah, it's probably off for the season. I mean, maybe this is spring, and of course, it was turned off for the winter. But now it's spring, so I mean, it'll be on in a few weeks. Ah, finally we have some English translation. The statue on the left is Vijovis, god of healing and goodwill. The statue on the right is Priapus, god of gardens. There's more information in Portuguese, but that's all I get in English. I remember Catarina saying she had an interest in classics. She must like these statues. The door is locked and bolted. Well, not that surprising. Anyway, this isn't a pond. Oh, graffiti. MDI. The rambling symbolism of some local teen, no doubt. It looks like some sort of pumping device. Maybe it controls the pools in front of the statues. It's a large window, although it doesn't appear to be open. The window doesn't open, it's more of a design feature. Peering inside, all I see is an empty room with whitewashed walls. I don't think I'm going to find anything interesting in there. I didn't really think you would, but I just wanted to know what was inside, since you can tell, but I can't. Yeah, it's pretty simple architecture, I guess, but I think it looks good. Where are we? Okay, we're opposite a lake. So we're just going to head down this path until we reach that lake. I have to say, this date isn't going very well. I'm not even convinced at this point that it could be called a date. Wait, actually, where are we? Yeah. Oh, wait, I see. That big circle is actually the domed building, so there are only 2 lakes in the park. 2 ponds, perhaps I should say. Well, she's not at this lake. Do we just need to wait? It's the ticket office for the park. In there sits my €3, never to be seen again. Yeah, this is kind of odd. Where is she? Is she late? I mean, I don't really know when she said to meet us here. We might just have come early. The water looks a bit stagnant, but it's pleasant enough. If you say so. It's not time for a dip. Oh, I mean the bench. I'd rather keep looking around. I could be sitting there all day otherwise. Well, I thought you just concluded it had to be this pond since it wasn't the other one. But fine, if that's the attitude you want to have. I can't stop you. Nor am I going to try. Take the statue. The statue's old and crumbly. Nothing of interest here. Well, it's a pretty nice statue. I didn't really mean take it. Maybe it'll be like a statue of Buddha and you rub the belly for good luck. Well, okay. I used my last coins to get into the park. I've only got notes left. Besides, I don't actually have Catarina's number. It seems this is a very old-fashioned date. Yeah, I'd have to agree. I mean, maybe that's just the kind of person Catarina is. I'm sorry about your awkward day at the park. Personally, I really hate it when situations get awkward. I just have an almost visceral response to that. I'm not quite sure why. It's probably because over the years I've developed a horror of being perceived as abnormal. Or like as being dysfunctional in some way. Oh, the gardener's gone, but he left his bag behind. There was something a bit weird about him. Can't quite put my finger on it. Oh well, not to worry. I worry too much. A lot of people do. It's a bit murky, but nice. There's something very peaceful about ponds. I agree. He might be back any moment. I don't want to be caught rifling through his things. This rucksack presumably belongs to the gardener. Yeah, that's kind of what I assumed, but the fact that he left it here might mean that it isn't his. Or he's just off using the toilet. I don't really know how safe Lisbon is, but I would think that you shouldn't just leave bags lying around there. Lovely spot for a bit of lunch. I should have brought some drinks and nibbles. Once again, you call him nibbles. It's very odd. Maybe you could call them victuals or victuals or something like that, but nibbles? I don't know. I mean, who am I to judge? So where do you think that gardener is off at, then? I mean, he did seem a little odd, I admit. But I'm not really sure I have any right to say that about him. I mean, I don't even know the guy's name. There's nothing on the table. I might come back here with Catarina. It's nice to sit in the shade. It really is getting rather hot. If you say so. What in the world is there left? We've scoured this park, and there is just no sign of Catarina. How strange. I mean, I guess he just might have been stood up. Don't worry, happens to the best of us. And it's locked, isn't it? The door is locked and bolted. Yes. Yes, it is. I'm pretty much at a loss now. We will find her eventually, I'm sure. How long could it take? Why not fiddle with this? I have no reason to go fiddling with the pumping device. He used the same word I used. And he's right. He does have no reason. Why would he do that? I heard a noise over by the building. I should check it out. I'm not sure about that. I mean, why would you? Okay, so here we are in a sort of... I guess you might call it an orchard? Behind the, this building here. All there is here are exits. Doesn't seem to be anyone here. Well, I think I've explored the whole park. Have I been stood up? Just my luck. No, I can't always be so negative. Okay, she'll turn up. I just need to keep looking and be patient. The trams aren't too reliable. Perhaps he's just caught up in traffic. Maybe I should just go back into that duck pond and wait. Maybe. It's not a place for a chair. Strange place for a desk chair. Yeah, it's probably sort of abandoned there. Hello? Hello? Huh. The door is locked. What, is that a restroom? I don't know, I mean there must be a... Well, there doesn't have to be a restroom. Some parks don't have them, but a lot of parks do, in my experience at least. Well... Unless I find a machete, I'm not getting through there. I'd be kind of strange if you just find a machete laying around, I'm not going to lie. Well, this is fine. I like that he's taking the attitude he just needs to stop being so negative. I think a lot of people could benefit from that advice. Of course, sometimes you have reason to be negative. You have reason to be scared or upset. But right now, I don't really think there is one. A lot of people praise if something bad happens and they just get upset. They don't realize that that stress is happening because of what they're thinking. When really, it's your thoughts. It's your thoughts about the situation that lead to those bad feelings. Where the heck? I'm just walking in a big circle. As long as you try and have more positive thoughts, you can at least temporarily relieve the burden of stress. Of course, there are often good reasons that you feel stressed. Specifically that, I mean, we evolved to feel stressed sometimes because, well, when you're being chased by like a bear, it's pretty helpful if you have that stress response, that arousal response, and you run away. Not so much with dates, though. With dates, it just kind of doesn't help. A lot of the stresses of modern life are like that. They're chronic and aren't a matter of life and death, and so our body shuts down important systems in the more extreme cases of stress sickness. But I'm getting rather far afield of our predicament. We're not super stressed out. At least, not today. It's disappointing, though, when you get stood up. Ah, mother and child are back. Still no sign of Catarina, though. What the hell? It's still breathing. Maybe I can help it. I feel so guilty. This wouldn't have happened if I hadn't helped it into the pond. Once again, I'm pretty sure that's a myth, but this is bad. Oh gosh, there's blood all over the little guy. I don't want to touch it with my bare hands. I'm not sure how much we can do. We're not a vet, are we? I'll wrap him up in this hanky. I'll keep him in my pocket. He seems to be breathing okay, but definitely needs some attention. I'll take him to the vet when I find Catarina. That's if she ever arrives. This is turning into a bit of a stinker. Oh, great. To top it off, I've got its blood smudged on my shirt. But I have to help the duckling. I'd feel too bad otherwise. Always a sucker for cute animals. In fact, I think I'll give him a name. Oh. What would be a good name for a duckling? Ah, yes. Aggie is a fine name. It's going to be okay, Aggie. I'll look after you. Well, here we are with Aggie. What a terrible, terrible day at the park. Your date stands you up and you see a duckling get almost killed by his mother. I'm sorry to tell you this, but, Oh! Hey, I heard footsteps behind me. Maybe it's Catarina. Sorry to tell you this, but if we wait for Catarina, I'm beginning to think that duck's gonna die because I don't think she's coming. Hello? Catarina? What's this then? A box? It's got my name on the top. A gift from Cupid? What is she playing at? That's pretty weird. Wonder what's inside. Let's find out. The balloon had some sort of note attached to the bottom. I can't see exactly where it's gone, but it seemed to be heading north. I should try and find it. I must say, this is all rather romantic. Yeah, I mean, I never met Catarina. I guess she's this, kind of playful type. What an elaborate thing she set up for you, huh? Shame about the duck, though. It's probably of some grim symbolic significance. Headed north, huh? So that could just be most of the rest of the park. Let's go. It probably is going to have ended up on the other side of one of these fences or something. I don't think that's it. I'm pretty sure that was one of the padlocks there before. Yes, it is. It is odd that they would have the emergency exit locked off, though. Sometimes these bureaucratic oversights occur. These sorts of minor stupidities are simply in the part of the nature of that system. Well, maybe let's check the lake again. I feel like things keep happening when we look at the lake, you know. It's probably just a coincidence. Humans love attributing patterns to things when there really is just random. There it is! The balloon landed in the pond. Quick, get the letter before it's ruined by the water. Fantasy idea. Skinny dipping here with Catarina. Oh, yes. Well, if you want. I mean, you know, feel free. Damn it. The balloon's out of reach. There's definitely an envelope attached to it. I need to reach it somehow. As stupid as it sounds, being surrounded by trees and all, I haven't seen any sticks or branches lying around. And I don't really want to start damaging trees. Wouldn't want to get in trouble with the gardener. I'd like to see if I can find something else to help me before I resort to snapping trees to pieces. Well? We could check on the gardener's bag. I'm sure he won't mind if we just use a stick or something from it. Maybe there is something in here that I can use to help me get the balloon. I mean, not really a stick, but like a, shears or something. Fingers crossed the gardener doesn't catch me. He'll forgive you for being a romantic. There is nothing much of interest in here, to be honest. Mainly little packets of seeds. There's a key here. I'll take it. Might be helpful. Why? I'll be sure to put it back before I leave the park. Well, I have no idea why you expect a key to be helpful. In fact, it seems almost like you have some kind of mental problems if you just see a key and like, I'm going to take the key, it'll help me. But whatever, we all have our quirks. Maybe he sees keys and he just can't help himself. The man can't help himself. There's a key. Maybe the key will open the entrance here. key doesn't fit this lock. Nah, it must be for the other building. Or maybe it's not for any of that. Maybe it's for that little, like, shed out behind the, Yeah, it's getting hot. I know. Sweat's streaming down your back. I hate it when that happens. You know, you're out for a little walk and it's just a little bit hot. And you don't really feel hot, but you're sweating, and then you have to take a shower. It's pretty annoying. Walking at this leisurely pace, though, I don't think he has too much to worry about. I don't think we've heard his name. I'll call him Steve. The key doesn't fit this lock at all. Whatever, Steve. With that voice I'm giving him, maybe he lived in the Dakotas or something before he moved to London. London's a good place, I hear. I mean, they say it's rainy, but they say it's a good place. I suppose it just indeed must be a key to this little sort of shed or whatever it is back here. The one with that abandoned office chair outside. You can find some odd litter lying around in the world. It can create an odd psychological effect, I think. Something uncanny about seeing it out of place. Open sesame. I wonder what's inside. Probably just like gardening tools. I mean, I wouldn't be counting on anything too exciting. There's no sign of anyone in here. It's just shelves of dusty gardening equipment. And lots of manure. Very stinky manure. There's a 2-meter-long telescopic hoe here. That might help me get the balloon. I'll take it. I don't really think it's worth all these felonies. I mean, I think you'd get in less trouble for just... Or I guess it's not a felony, that's overstating it. Felony is for rather more serious things. I mean, what is it, a misdemeanor or something? The fact is, though, you are stealing property. I think you'd be in less trouble if you just snapped a little branch off a tree or something, dude. Why do you gotta go and steal property? I call him dude because I'm trying to sound casual. I want Steve to understand that I'm his friend. That I'm not all formality all the time. The pigeons are gone. Yeah, they are. What is that? It's a stone head. Looks like a Roman god or something. It appears to be freshly uncovered. By the pigeons? The strangest thing about it is that there's an A carved into the forehead. Is this treasure? Am I rich now? I'll ask Catarina about it when I see her. I recall she said she studied classics. It's probably the head of that statue. Not sure why it's there, though, or has an A carved into it. That's pretty peculiar. I mean, this is really bizarre. You're having a really odd day at the park. Lots of sort of really mundane things are happening to you, but there's something kind of odd about them. They're mundanely strange. Yeah, that's probably a whole genre. The mundanely strange genre. Nah, I don't think that's a genre. I mean, it actually kind of is, but I don't think that's the name of a genre. Shame about that duckling. I mean, he's probably gonna die because you're not doing more to take care of it, you know? Hold on. I am getting totally off. Yeah, I am not having a good sense of direction. Actually, is the camera always pointing north? I think it is, actually. Yeah, I think it is. That would definitely help with the navigation around this area. Yeah, I believe it is pointing north. So, let's keep going north, past the gate, out of the park. And there's a statue of a complete goddess. Maybe it's that goddess of the garden that was mentioned earlier. It wouldn't hurt to have a few statues of that goddess in your park, after all, would it? I don't think so. Of course, that's just my uninformed opinion. I'm only some pleb. What do I know? I'm not, whatever genius designed these statues. I'm not like that at all. What if that gardener comes back? He'll say, where's my key? Didn't come back, though. Am I hearing some little background noise? I think so. Not sure what it is, though. No, it's probably illegible by now, but get it. This should be long enough to pull in the balloon. I don't think she wanted you to steal something, though. I feel like that's probably not what she expected you to do. Got it. Dear Oh, his name is Lou. You don't hear that name too often. I hope you don't mind, but as you said last night that you enjoy mysteries so much, I thought we'd play this little game. I hope you like the song, Catarina, XXX. I know that XOXO is hugs and kisses, so I guess XXS is XXX in this context. It's just a few hugs. Maybe it's moonshine. Well, I do like mysteries. We talked about it last night. She was amused by my subscription to the Fortean Times. I wonder if this constitutes a normal date in Portugal. At least I know she's in the park. I've got butterflies in my stomach. But before I can see her, it seems I shall have to indulge this game of hers. Who knows, this could be great fun. Now, what does she mean when she says, I hope you like the song? I should take a look around, I guess. I thought that she was just poetically referring to her mystery as a song. She, like the whole mystery is a poem, and she's the poet. Trees and trees standing in rows. I remember when I first got my glasses, I was amazed at how much detail I could see on the leaves. Oh. I hear music playing, very softly. This must relate to Catarina's clue. Now, where is it coming from? Ouch! Eggy bit me. That stings. The poor little guy must be getting distressed. Not long to wait, buddy, don't worry. It really is kind of suck that Catherine isn't just telling us what's going on here. I mean, if only she would. Oh. If only she would just meet us in person, we'd be like, we have to go help this duckling, okay? I'm sorry. But, I can meet you tomorrow, but there's a life on the line, but no. Whatever. This music is louder here. Must be coming from around this statue. I don't want to go around sticking my hands up random dirty old pipes. Peering into the pipe, I can see the faint glint of an object. Looks like a tiny box. A music box! A music box! Well, we're gonna get out of there, aren't we? Hole is too small, it doesn't fit. Well, I guess Catherine decided to... Or Catarina, which is a form of the name Catherine, decided to just stuff a music box up the pipe. Looks like some sort of pumping device. Maybe it controls the pools in front of the statues. I wonder if this can help me get the music box out. What the heck? What an unintuitive interface. I'm not quite sure what my goal is here. Am I trying to get them all white on both sides, or all black on both sides? Or am I trying to make it so that one side's white and one side's black? I don't know. There we go. There was a sound of some sort of mechanism there. Well. Is the water running? Success! The pump has refilled the little pool, bringing the music box out with its flow. Look at the water sparkle in the afternoon sun. Or maybe it's sort of late morning, that's what I feel like. I feel like it's, 10 a.m. It's the source of the music, and I'm guessing the next step in Catarina's little game with me. It's a small battery-operated music box. There is nothing remarkable about it from the outside, but I wonder what's inside. Well done on finding this clue, dear Lou. As you can see, I've lost my head for you. Ah, come and meet me at the home of Priapus. Smiley face XXX. Okay, she's won me over with a smiley face. Smiley faces melt my cynical old heart. Wonder how Lou feels about them. And I was right, she is a poet. Cute. Finally, it looks like I'm going to see her. It's rather exciting. Alright, Eggy, let's go. Although, what does she mean by home of Priapus? Another wander awaits. Well, I thought that one of the statues here was depicted Priapus. It's the sign explaining the statues. Bejovis, the god of healing, is on the left. Priapus, the god of gardens, is on the right. So, yeah, it was already Priapus. Catarina said to meet at the home of Priapus, and this is a statue of Priapus, the garden god. Does she mean the building behind this statue? Well, it's kind of locked, is the problem. Maybe it's something behind the building, though. It could be. I mean, I wouldn't discount the possibility. Sort of strange to think this is in the middle of a big city. What's this? Another box. Well, it's a bit small for her to pop out of, so I guess it's another clue. Yeah, she'd have to be really short to pop out of that box. This is quite an elaborate little Easter egg hunt she set up for us. I mean, that's an appropriate enough metaphor, I guess. Makes it sound childish, though. Ah, well, maybe we're all children. Let's see what she's got in store for me now. What the hell? Jesus, it's the gardener! She's killed him. What the hell? I can't believe this. I need to get out of here. The bloody duckling bit me again. Okay, let's get out of here. This went from maybe a 2 to a 10 very fast. Steve? If I were you, I wouldn't be sauntering, I'd be running. I would run like hell, Steve. That's what I would do if I were you. I can hear a siren. What the hell is going on? Well, hopefully the police are going to be here and take care of this. Unfortunately, you have blood on you. Although a DNA test would reveal that it's not human blood, but I have a feeling they probably wouldn't bother. The phone is off the hook and it seems like someone's on the line. Someone has been here. Okay, perhaps I can alert this person to the situation. Hello? There's been a murder at the Tapada das Necesidades Park. Please contact the police. Ah, I don't understand. Hello? They hung up. Well, I think they said something about the police being on their way, so let's get the hell out of here. Let's just run, or saunter as the case may be. That relaxed pace with a slight slouch typical of 90s adventure game protagonists. Ah! It's the rest of the gardener. I don't understand. I don't know what's going on. Well, put your hands up, you idiot. He has a gun pointed at you and you're standing next to a headless corpse with blood on you. What do you think he's doing? Do you speak English? Well, see, Lou, understood what was going on. I haven't done anything. Ah! It bit me again. Ow! He's not letting go. Wait.
Lá vai o pobre tolinho a cantar pelo caminho, de olhos fregados no chão. Lá vai o pobre tolinho a cantar pelo caminho, de olhos fregados no chão. Como quem reza e procura nas sombras da noite escura uma perdida ilusão. Como quem reza e procura nas sombras da noite escura uma perdida ilusão. Não é loucura somente aquilo que o louco sente, é a paixão que o devora. Não é loucura somente aquilo que o louco...
I feel like I just watched some kind of European art film. I suppose this is basically a video game equivalent. Certainly not the artiest of art films. I at least can tell you what actually just happened, but that was a pretty terrible date in the park. It was filled with all sorts of little references to old myths and what have you. I'm still not sure what the significance is of Priapus's head being on the ground with an A engraved in the forehead. Also, I thought that Priapus was like some kind of fertility god, not like a garden god. At least, I guess they won't even be able to say for sure that Lou was the killer. If only he spoke Portuguese. This has been Mackerel Phones, everybody. Be careful who you go on a date with.